I want to go for the next 6 minutes to Steve Shenk. I want to go to Steve Shenk of efoodsdirect.com, a sponsor that visits with us at least once a month, because I believe firmly in everyone being self-sufficient. And in these insane times that are clearly only going to get worse, I have storable foods. I bought them a bunch of places and didn't like them. This is the place I get them without the MSG or the GMO, high quality and the lowest price out there and the biggest selection. They even have pre-made stuff that's excellent. This is 21st century storable food. And it's a lot less expensive than the cruddy stuff, the MREs people are selling them that are 10 years old. This is fresh and new food. Steve, good to have you on with us.
Hey, good to be aboard, Alex. One of the things that bothers me, I know you have a tremendous amount of listeners that wouldn't miss one of your programs that agree with you tremendously. And this last little spot that I wrote and you're going to be recording here fairly soon points out something that just bothers the daylights out of me. The work that you do deserves to have people act on it. And one of the things that I'd like to point out to your listeners is you don't do this just to scare people. The reason that you're giving out this information like you just did on the policeman and like you did on this global warming absolute fiasco is that you're trying to get them aware of what's going on so that they can act on their own behalf and get ready for what all of this means. And you and I've talked time and time again about the fact that if they can provide for their own, if they can have food in that's good and tasty and nutritious, that they never have to stand in a bread line. And that bread line, as you know from every other country that's gone totalitarian, like you're pointing out that this country is going, that bread line means if you don't want to give up your guns and you have to stand in a bread line, partner, you better have your own food, because if you got your own bread, you never have to stand in that bread line. That's the point you're making. The reason that you're pointing all this stuff out, a lot of people, look at you and look at me, and I get emails once in a great while saying you're just trying to scare people. The objective is not to scare you, folks. The objective is to tell you what's going on so that you can act on your own behalf. Alex,
it's simple. It's simple. Steve, we sell and promote what we believe in. Gold, guns, food. It's simple. And the COINTELPRO doesn't want people getting together. They don't want us working together. They don't want us becoming self-sufficient. Authoritarian systems bankrupt societies to get people dependent. That's their own admissions.
Well, and when they pointed out the fact that first of all, when they had the bailout, all of a sudden all of the loans to farmers to buy fuel and to plant seed went down the toilet, along with the companies that buy their food weren't able to get loans to buy the food from the farmers that had it. And if that doesn't affect your food, it's unbelievable. But the bailout literally is affecting food in the country. And at this point, all of the stuff that's happening, this global warming fraud that you finally absolutely proved, is one of the things that Mr. Obama pointed out, that the farmers are one of the biggest contributors to this greenhouse gas, and they're trying to shut down the electrical plants for the same reason, and they're going after the farmers on cow farts. I mean, it's absolutely absurd.
Look at Australia, just grabbed almost all of the farmland, saying you just can't use your own land that you own. They're trying to push that in Canada and the U.S. I mean, they want us dependent. They want us bankrupted, period.
And the one thing that families can do, writing your congressman, give me a break. I got to laugh about that one. But the fact is, the one thing that families can do, whether they believe in guns or not, the fact is, if a family realizes what you're telling them every single time you broadcast, the thing that they can do on their own behalf is be able to provide for their own. Take every cent that they've got and put it into food. If you don't want to work with efoodsdirect, for crying out loud, go find something else, but make sure they're not a crooked bunch of idiots. But the fact is, you got to get food.
Well, Steve, stay there. I want to tell people about your... Steve, we got a break. I want to come back briefly and tell folks about your new expanded, already prepared meals, and give people the number and website, efoodsdirect.com. That's the letter E, efoodsdirect.com. Big banners up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, or give them a call at 1-800-409-5633, 1-800-409-5633. Stay with us. Okay, coming up, big news blitz going into the third hour when I'm going to break down government documents where they admit the type of activities they're engaged in, trying to stir the American people up and trying to divide and conquer the nation. Just incredible information. But going back to Steve Shenk of efoodsdirect.com, the J. Michael Stevens Group, Steve, you've always had great quality, non-hybrid, non-GMO food. But now you've got an entirely new food line of prepared meals. Briefly tell folks about that.
Well, what this is as a result of dealing with this for a lot of years, we needed some healthy food and stuff that tasted really good. And we find that people just don't cook like they used to from the basics. And these meals are put together. They're ready to go. They're really quick. They're really easy. As we look at what's happening, Alex, with emergencies and what could happen in the future with the upheavals that we've got civilly, people need something that is ready to go. They don't have a lot of time for preparation, and 10 minutes of eating needs to restore their energy and their strength. What we've put together is something that we're offering right now through your show. It's called a 2-week responder. It's got 2 full weeks of meals, and these aren't pansy meals. These are probably more food than the average person can eat in a day, but it's 2 weeks of meals in a really quick grab-and-go tote that's heavy-duty plastic. They can throw that in the back of their car. They can go disappear. Every single person on the planet needs one of these, whether they've got a 5-year supply right now or not. Every person needs one of these things, and we've priced it out $129.95, which is absolutely ridiculous for good food. But these foods, if you try them and eat them, these people are eating these every day, Alex, because they're better than grocery store stuff that you fix yourself.
And you're not paying for all the advertising. You're not paying for all the middlemen. This is factory direct. You guys are actually producing this high-quality food yourselves, as you've done for many decades. The toll-free number to call eFoods Direct is 800-409-5633, 800-409-5633. Check out the new website. It was always a great website, but it's really a dynamic website with video, audio, so much more. Check it out, efoodsdirect.com. And listen, folks, old-timers new to store food. We've just been conditioned to be completely dependent on the system with, 30, 40 hours of food at the grocery stores. Now is the time to start getting self-sufficient, and the best place to do it is efoodsdirect.com. That's efoodsdirect.com or 800-409-5633. Steve, thanks for coming on with us.
Take care, Alex.
There he goes, ladies and gentlemen, and it's those type of sponsors that also make this radio broadcast possible. We're very, very thankful for them.